Okay, so this video is based upon a really cool book. It's called How Rich People Think, and it's by a guy called Steve Siebold. I think it's how you say his surname. It's really good. It's on Amazon. It's like $4. Well worth picking this up. And I'm going to give you one of my resources of a little program I built, which is like $5 as well. So you put them together, it's $10, and you're going to really rewire your mindset forever. So the first thing in this book that I think is cool is that he talks about that middle class people, they really do focus on saving, whereas wealthy people, rich people, they focus on earning. And I have to tell you, this is one of my biggest epiphanies. It's a little bit embarrassing because it's really not that big an epiphany. But for you right now, maybe you were like me. I used to cut down on my spending, and that's how I thought I was going to make more money to launch any type of a business. I'm here to tell you that focusing on cutting down, focusing on saving is absolutely not going to help you build an Amazon business, an affiliate marketing business, a side hustle. You fill in the blank. It just won't. What you've got to do instead is you've got to focus on increasing how much money you make. And what's the best way to do that? Well, the easiest way is to build a service that's high value. You can then offer to companies who will pay you for that service for specific results that you get them, and take that money and put it into more passive investments like an Amazon business and things like that we talk about. That's the fastest route. Now, if you already have money and you're saving all that money, I'm here to tell you something. You can go look at any bank, look at their interest rates, and what do you see? You will see that the savings rate, the deposit interest rate you will get from any bank, it's negligible. It's not even 1% anymore. And there was a day you got maybe 2% on that back in the day, sometimes even more. And sometimes governments brought out different schemes to help you save more, get paid more on your savings. But here's the deal. Banks, they're not interested in you saving. They're interested in getting your money so that they can then lend that money at high interest rates. I mean, that's absolutely how banks work, whether anybody likes it or not. That's what it's all about. So how do you change? I'm not saying don't save anything, because that's not what I'm saying. It does make sense to have some savings. What I'm saying is, though, if you've got like tons and tons of savings and it's your only way to build wealth, you're never going to become wealthy. You've got to take that money and get it into a vehicle where it can multiply. So that's the big difference. And the Amazon business, for example, is a great example of this. The reason it's good is because when you sell something on Amazon, you double the value of the original investment. You take $1, you turn it into $2 after all is said and done when you sell a product on Amazon. That's 100% growth of your money. Even if your Amazon business was a failure and you only made 20%, 10% in a year, you'd still be better off than saving all your money in the bank. That's just a reality. And so the important thing is here is that what people do is then they put their money into these weird things that have massive potential to jump up, like cryptocurrencies, for example. Problem with a lot of cryptocurrencies is, number one, some of them are very shady. Number two, though, they can jump up and jump down. They're volatile investments you don't control. I'm not saying don't get into the stock market. I'm not saying don't get into cryptocurrency. I'm just saying, for me personally, I like having more control over what I'm investing in. And so having a business and a vehicle is just a great way to do that. I'll give you another good example of something that really returns a lot of money, certainly to me over time, and Robert, has been building up an audience online. You know, we've obviously built an audience in Marketplace Superheroes, and that's taken investment of getting onto podcasts, of some paid advertising, of partnerships. But every single dollar I've ever invested in a prospect, maybe, you know, you being one of those people who are part of my business now or our business now, that has returned more than just leaving the money in a bank account. So I could literally take money and use it to build up a list in pretty much any industry where there's a potential to sell different products and services, and I would still make more money. Again, I'm not saying go and do that or anything. I'm just saying you have to think for yourself and understand that you've got to increase your income to become successful. You can't just save all your money. Really quickly, I know I'm talking about some stuff that's very different today. I hope you're enjoying it. I want to tell you about Superhero Wealth. It's a $5 product that I've put together. I've had hundreds of people go through it now. People, they email me all the time saying it's one of their favorite things they purchased from us, and I want to give it to you for $5. So jump down below, the link is there, and grab it. It's got all my best mental frameworks for becoming more successful financially, and also you can apply it to life as well. I really hope you pick this up. It's one of my favorite things. It's worth 10 times what you invest in it. Go grab it now, and I look forward to hearing how you get on with it. Okay, the second distinction here is that middle class people, as what it says in the book, by the way, they think about money in a linear fashion, whereas rich people, they think about money in a non-linear fashion. So what does that mean in really simple English? Well, what it means is like A linear fashion of time for money is I put in time, I get paid for that time, right? So that's linear transfer of money. Non-linear is like I take money, like we talked about in the previous point, I invested into something, and that thing that I've invested in, it doesn't take my time every single day to keep selling that. So again, selling on Amazon, good example. Like you don't have to put in the time every single day to like tell every visitor who jumps onto your product detail page about your product. You don't have to do the customer support. Amazon take care of a lot of that stuff for you. So by putting your money into a vehicle and an engine and a machine, and I don't know how many more of these analogies I can come up with, but into something where you put in money, you buy an asset, and at the other side comes out obviously multiplied money like we just talked about, but now you don't have to put any more of your time in to make that work. That's so powerful, and you've got to be looking for that in your life, because if your only way of making money right now is job, or even just consulting with clients one-to-one, you can never break out of that. What happens if you become sick? What happens if you don't want to work in a day? You're stuck. Whereas in my business, in our business, I should say, with Robert and I and everybody else, we have all these different methods of earning income that have been developed over time. Many of them, they don't involve constant action. So for example, these videos, I do make them, they do take my time, but thousands of people get to watch them. Awesome. Thousands of people hear about the different things we have to offer and how we can help them further. Thousands of people watch them, therefore YouTube pay me some money every time people watch videos. So there's a lot of things that are happening there where there is an input, but there's a big output that I don't have to keep on plugging into again and again and again. And these videos will be on YouTube forever. So they're going to continue to get views, continue to get people jumping into different things that we have to offer. And also YouTube will keep giving me some money every time people watch videos. And you got to be looking for things like that as well in your own life. Next one, middle class people think that hard work creates wealth. But the truth is smart work creates wealth. Like we just talked about again, you cannot be in a situation where your only way to make money is more sweat, more toil, more effort. And I can tell you from my own personal life, as I've grown different companies with Robert over the years, we've definitely got into that mode of just working for work's sake. But what was really cool is that when you focus on 80-20 being what's the 20% of things that I do that create 80% of the results, you will see that you can work so much more intelligently. So I am constantly analyzing my time, as you should be as well. So even with an Amazon business, for example, you can be looking at what are the activities that I'm doing right now to grow my Amazon business. Am I researching? Am I building a pipeline of products, or am I spending all my time trying to just tweak things to try and make a couple more sales? So you could tweak forever and you might grow your listing you might grow your product sales on Amazon by a couple %. But when you bring in more products, just doing research and bringing them in, you will exponentially grow your business. It's these kinds of things you want to be looking at. Whereas the hard work is keep pushing that product. And there is a little bit of that required, but the smart work is get more products. It's a lot easier. I don't have to push them as hard then because I have more ammo coming in, and that's what you want to be looking for in your life and in your business. Okay, next distinction I think is really important just as we wrap up for today. A lot of people think that money is complicated and business is complicated, but rich people understand business is actually really simple. Now, I'm not saying it's easy, but I am telling you it's incredibly simple. When you look at an Amazon business, when you look at even Marketplace Superheroes, any of the companies that we run, they're all really simple in how they operate. And what I notice is that in every single market, people want complexity. So some people look at how we run our Amazon-based businesses and they think, I don't like that. It's not complicated enough. It doesn't. They don't go out and advertise on tons of different platforms. They don't do all this additional complexity that they believe is important. And yeah, the additional complexity going out to other platforms and all that can grow sales for sure. But the types of products that we're selling, it wouldn't make sense really to advertise a lot of them. They're just not going to be products that are going to do well with social media advertising because they're not trendy, they're not sexy or that exciting. So instead, we've gone a different way. Everybody else is going after the more competitive, complicated supplements and all those kinds of items. We've gone simple, and we know we can sell lots of them, and you can too. So it's the same in Marketplace Superheroes as a business. I can tell you a billion different tactics you can employ to grow an email list and do advertising and this and that and the other. At its core, what is it all about? That type of business is me speaking to people like you, giving you value so you can trust me and know that I have your best interest at heart, and I can then show you different solutions to your problems. That's it. That's what a business is. Amazon business. People have a problem. They want to buy these weird products that we sell. There's nowhere to get them locally, or they don't want to buy them locally. They want to buy them off of Amazon because maybe they're a Prime member. You offer the solution to them. This is not complicated. People want to make it hard to avoid doing the things that are necessary. For example, an Amazon business, the biggest thing I can tell you is research and pull the trigger. They're the two things that will make you the most successful. But what are the two things people want to avoid? Researching and pulling the trigger. They're looking for different things and different ways they can try and game the system or whatever. And it's just a lot of crap. Keep it simple and put in the things that are going to help you be successful. Products, subscribers, whatever it is for your business, and you will be infinitely more successful when you do that. So I know it was a bit of a different video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give me a like down below if you enjoyed this video. As well as that, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, if you're not part of our world, jump down below. I've actually included a link for you for a really low cost product that I put together called Superhero Wealth. It's going to teach you my specific mental frameworks in more detail than today about how I've become wealthy, how I've grown multiple businesses from someone who started from complete scratch and I had no clue how to make money. So I hope you pick that up. It's $5. It's really inexpensive. It's worth 500 legitimately. And yeah, jump down below into the link and grab that, and I hope you enjoy it.